I refused to wake up my husband when my parents visited and kicked them out when they insisted. My husband Jake has been going through hell for the past 3 weeks. There was some massive screw up at his company in a department that had nothing to do with him or his team, but guess who had to fix it? Yeah, him and his crew. If they didn't solve it, the company was looking at a $50 million loss. $50 million. So it became an all-hands-on-deck situation, and my husband basically stopped existing at home. He was working 18-hour days minimum. Some days he didn't even come home. He'd work straight through the night and into the next morning. I'd wake up at 3 in the morning to pee because I'm 6 months pregnant, and my bladder is the size of a peanut now, and I'd hear the garage door. He'd stumble in looking like an actual zombie, eat whatever I left out for him, take a shower, and pass out. I found him asleep at the kitchen table twice with a fork still in his hand. Another time I woke up because I heard the shower running for like 40 minutes straight. I went to check and he was passed out on the floor at the foot of our bed, still in his work clothes with the bathroom door open and water just running. I had to shake him awake and help him actually get in the shower. It was bad. I tried to take as much off his plate as I could. I handled all the house stuff, made sure there was always food ready, didn't bother him with anything. He's usually super helpful around the house and with getting stuff ready for the baby, but I knew this was temporary and he needed to just survive it. 2 nights ago, he came home at midnight, which was early for him lately. I was still up because pregnancy insomnia is real and I heard the truck pull in. When he walked through the door, he looked terrible, like worse than usual. His face was pale and he had these dark circles under his eyes that looked like bruises. I actually got scared for a second that something went really wrong, but then he smiled, like this huge, genuine smile I hadn't seen in weeks. He said they did it. Everything was fixed. His boss gave the whole team a few days off and he didn't have to be back until Tuesday. He ate the pasta I made him, took the fastest shower of his life, and was asleep before his head fully hit the pillow. I woke up the next morning around 9 and made breakfast. I thought about waking Jake up, but I didn't. He needed sleep more than he needed breakfast. By noon, I'd eaten, done some laundry, and was just sitting on the couch doing work stuff on my laptop when my parents showed up. They visit pretty often since I work from home, and they like to check in on me and the baby. My mom brought over some groceries, and my dad wanted to look at the crib we bought to make sure it was put together right. Normal parent stuff. We sat down with coffee and talked for like 30 minutes. Then my dad asked where Jake was because he saw his truck in the driveway. I told them he was still sleeping. My mom immediately gave me this look. You know the look. The one that says she's about to say something I won't like. She said it wasn't acceptable for my husband to still be asleep past noon, especially with a pregnant wife in the house. She said I should go wake him up. I told her no and explained everything that happened the last 3 weeks. The 18-hour days, the all-nighters, the literal passing out, all of it. My mom just shook her head and said that doesn't matter. A man shouldn't be sleeping past noon when his wife is 6 months pregnant and needs help. My dad agreed. He said Jake should be up and taking care of things around the house. I told them again that I wasn't waking him up. He earned his rest and I was handling everything fine. My mom stood up and said if I wasn't going to do it, then she would go wake him herself. She actually started walking toward the stairs. I stood up fast, which isn't easy when you're 6 months pregnant, and blocked her. I told her no. I wasn't letting anyone go upstairs and disturb him. She looked shocked. My dad told me I was being ridiculous. I said if they couldn't respect my decision to let my husband sleep after he barely slept for 3 weeks straight, they needed to leave. My mom asked if I was seriously kicking them out over this. I said yes. If they couldn't leave Jake alone, they weren't welcome in our house. My dad said I was being dramatic and that they were just trying to help. I opened the front door and told them to leave. My mom grabbed her purse and said this was ridiculous. They walked out and my dad shook his head at me on the way out like I was some disappointing child.